Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Health Solutions with Shawn and Janet Needham, where Team Needham discusses everything healthcare. I'm your host, Shawn Needham, along with my wonderful wife, Janet, and we are streaming live from the Team Needham Abode podcast studio. And we are super excited to have Ron Beckenfeld on our show today. He has been in the healthcare industry for over 65 years, so you're going to want to hear his story. Ron, welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit about your history.
Well, as a young boy, my mom, I'm from a Hungarian descent. I'm a first generation. They ate differently then, always had fresh foods, and she actually believed in vitamins. So I probably started taking vitamins or food supplements probably when I was about 10 years old. So I'm closer to about 70 plus years in this business.
Wow.
And to be honest with you, not with a lot of education, went to high school, didn't do well. I was almost 19 years old when they mailed me the diploma. But in 1969, I started my vitamin company out of the trunk of my car. And then it was vitamins weren't really that big of a deal. What I would do is go have some small lab makeup product for me. I'd put my brand and go hawk it out of the back of my car.
Right.
Simple as that. Then at the time, I was working at a place called Gold's Gym in Venice. I've been there over 50 years. In the same gym with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was going to say Venice Beach Gold Gym is where Franco Colombo, Arnold Schwarzenegger worked out.
I'm very good friends with him. We've known each other since we were young men. And the gym at the original Gold's only had about 100 members. And we paid roughly $34 a year then. Not a month.
$34 a year.
Yeah. I remember Joe Gold raised to $36 and everybody was ready to mutiny. And it was a small gym, and then the great bodybuilders of the time, and everybody was friends. We would go after workout, we'd go down to the beach. There was only 2-3 blocks from the beach, and so on and so forth. And just from there, my whole lifestyle has been basically a healthy lifestyle. I'm 80 years old. I've been weight training and exercising 65 years.
Good for you. Well, you look amazing.
Nonstop.
Good for you. So tell us what are the healthy habits to effective aging to optimize our health.
Let me make a statement. Diets don't work, period. And I think you guys know that.
Yeah.
Basically, if you can eat whole foods or even somewhat of a vegan diet and get some protein with it, it becomes a low-calorie diet, and if you can maintain that, you're going to be in great shape, and you'll lose a lot of weight if you want to lose it. I eat nothing but fresh foods, quality foods. I eat 5 times a day, which would be 2 protein drinks, which are really, really excellent for you. Keeps my appetite in check, and it's not too much meat, but it's fish, chicken, egg whites, fruit, salads, vegetables, pasta. You need carbohydrates. Somebody says you don't. Wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It doesn't have to be a monstrous effort.
Yeah.
To stay healthy. I maybe get 1,800 calories a day, and like breakfast, I had would I have 8 egg whites and some potatoes and a basket of strawberries. 300-400 calories maybe.
Yeah. After
we're done here, maybe around 9 or so, I have a protein drink. Maybe 150 calories. I get 20 grams of protein. Even a couple hours later, I might have another drink. Then lunch is maybe a chicken breast. I eat a lot of this hummus, baba ganoush. This is Mediterranean types foods. Very low calorie, real healthy. I even cottage cheese, a low-fat cottage cheese, no calories. I try to have a minimum of a salad a day. You really got to be careful with those dressings. The major problem people really have between you and me, when they do go to packaged foods, they don't know how to read a label. It's very important, other ingredients, and they cover the sugars up, especially with the other ingredients.
Here's a good example of that. We were at the grocery store last night, and I like cream in my coffee, really real cream.
No big deal.
Yeah. And I was at the grocery store and I saw this half and half container that said fat free. And I'm thinking, now wait a minute. How can you be half cream, half milk, and it be fat free? I didn't get it. So I read the back. They filter the fats out or some fancy way. Don't know how they do that. On the back, it had 4 or 5 ingredients. One of the ingredients was corn syrup, and half and half should not have corn syrup. So I went to another half and half um, container, and the ingredients were milk and cream. That's what really should be in your half and half, milk and cream. It's like if you buy, you know, yogurt. I like Chobani yogurt. If you buy Chobani yogurt, the ingredient should be yogurt.
Right. But as far as calories, what are you going to put a tablespoon or a teaspoon of cream in it? What is it? 3 calories or, excuse me.
Yeah, probably more like 15 or so.
Yeah, I mean, it don't amount to nothing. It's you got to be able to learn how to read labels. Very, 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 very important.
So what do you do for exercise these days, Ron?
I get up at 4 a.m, sometime earlier. I have a gym in my home, and I will do about 30 to 40 minutes of cardio, a full stretching of about 40 minutes, and then I'll eat breakfast and I will go to work. I'll go to work. I've been working. I've had the company almost 60 years. We're in a 100,000 square foot manufacturing plant. Everything is of top notch. We do. We make about 100 products, and our major goal is this little Superior Source Microlingual. It's the cleanest product there is. You can see how small it is. That's a full potency B12. And that's what we do here. We manufacture everything in-house. All the raw materials are tested, coming in for identity, purity, so on and so forth. We test afterwards. And I got a great company here, and I've had people work with me, a lot of them for over 30 years here, a lot of them.
So if you eat healthy, why do you need to supplement with vitamins?
It's like an insurance policy. You never know, but that's what I do. And I don't think everybody can get everything out of the food, especially it's being so highly processed. I mean, if you really went on a true, what I would call like a Pritikin or vegan diet, which is extremely hard, and I eat very, very clean. I mean, that is real hard. You'd probably get everything you want except for the protein. You're going to have to put some. I'm a big believer in protein as being your fundamental foundation of what you eat. You need the carbs, you need the fats. Where the carbs coming from? Are they coming from vegetables and fruits, and even a little pasta is not that bad, or versus some stuff has been junked up a lot. And that's why it's very important to learn how to read labels. Extremely important, especially serving sizes. Everybody goes with these energy drinks. All they are is either chemicals, artificial sweeteners, some taurine, caffeine, or maybe even some sugar. Instead of spending all your money, you go buy some caffeine tablets, a bottle of 100 for $200-300 for $6 or $7.
Yeah, but you don't look as cool as drinking an energy drink, right?
I don't know about that.
I know.
I think I'm cool all the time. Whatever that I do. When you're in shape, you have a good self-esteem. I feel good about myself all the time.
Good. That's good to hear. So tell us what makes your B12 different. Is it methylcobalamin?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. We have methyl and cyan. We have from 2,500, 5,000, and 10,000 methylcobalamin, and we use a methylfolate. We're right on top of everything, the best of everything, and we have a great business and do a lot of it. I even put out a product called this keto protein. I take this before I work out with the coffee, and I put a couple scoops in there, and you get the collagen and MTC fats. And collagen's for women especially that may be going through the menopause. Hanging on that bone mass is everything. I think collagen should be a mainstay in everybody's diet. That's my personal opinion. And I think you need to keep your protein up is critical. As you get older, you don't want to lose your muscle mass.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Sarcopenia is real. So
I have a product from sarcopenia we just developed. It's creatine and HMB. HMB will help you with the sarcopenia, with the two together.
So what do you suggest for protein sources from real food?
I'm not let's put it this way. I think you're better off with a good piece of grass-fed meat than that chemical burgers.
Yes.
They're all just chemicals. I mean, and it's mainly, I eat buffalo, quite a bit of it. It's leaner than chicken. Fish all the time, even sardines. I'll eat tuna, any kind of good clean fish. Make sure I have a nice salad. I'm watching the dressings real carefully. You can get 500 calories out of those dressings. You don't watch out.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll sneak up on you.
Yeah, those dressings are packed with calories. They're very concentrated calories.
It's unnecessary, that type of stuff.
So what dressing do you use?
Just like an oil and vinegar base, something Try to use.
What questions do you have for Ron?
So Ron, I think that you're very calculated as to how you use your proportions. And so what's your advice to people? Because I feel like you touched on something earlier about reading labels and serving sizes. How do you get to the point where and dialed in with your diet?
Well, first of all, if you eat fresh food, between you and me, I think you can eat all you want.
I'm with you.
I really think you can eat. A pound of greens is 100 calories. Be my guest. You'll be grazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're eating good, fresh food, try to stay away from the packaged goods as much as possible. I don't have a problem with the cottage cheese. It's low calorie, and it could be good. The better yogurts, obviously, they're not killing it with the sugar or with the aspartame and the artificial sweeteners is another. They're coming out with new studies now with some of these artificial sweeteners to Alzheimer's. We have more and more than ever, but you have more sweeteners than ever. So you kind of start adding things up. You don't have to be fanatical. Just get a good handle on things. And the sugar is probably the worst culprit of the bunch. And that's in all packaged goods pretty much. Added sugars, like if you'd use a whey protein, which I do, and I use a pea protein, I use them both. There's a little natural occurring sugar in all milk products, but it don't amount to anything. But you don't have to, as long as you eat fresh food, you can eat all you want pretty much.
I'm with you. I mean, a good example, you use the example of, a pound of greens is 100 calories. A large apple is 100 calories. And honestly, Ron, I can probably not eat more than one large apple. It's just, it is very satiating, very filling. Same thing with a steak, especially if you get a lean sirloin steak. 12 ounces of a lean sirloin steak is like 400 or 500 calories. I'm done.
Yeah, but you haven't finished up with the baked potato and a lot of other stuff and the vegetables. I'm saying when they go to the better restaurants with oil, if they eat, I don't think they use butter. When they're done window dressing all this stuff, you're going to pick up another. You're going to end up with 1,000-calorie meal there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, easy. Yeah, you eat out. At a most any restaurant, a meal is probably 2,000 calories.
Well, at least these days, I remember in the old, maybe 25 years ago, I'd go to, can I get some egg whites? Get the hell out of here. That's what they do. And they charge me more, I mean, it's just the way it is. But, you got these foods, they can make cardboard taste good now. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, I think one of the things too that happens, especially for women, at least when I'm observing, is that, Shawn and I, we enjoy our coffee or tea, but we don't spend a lot of time going to buy them. And when I see like my coworkers or employees doing some of the things that they're doing, it's like their drink is huge. So their consumption of sugar in just a drink alone, I think, is half their calories a day, if not more. And sometimes they go out 2 times. And it's like there's no nutrients in what they've consumed. It's just calories.
You're going to have a little discipline. In my opinion, the key to being successful in life is being disciplined. It really is. If you really look at it, what it takes, you got to get up early in the morning to go to work. You got maybe the discipline to get you in line. You have children. You got to take them here, take them there, scheduling yourself. But I think everybody, especially the women, get the dirty end of the stick. I hate to say it. They're better people than guys. No disrespect to you. And they do all the heavy lifting. And I'd like to see every woman have a minimum of 20 minutes to herself, whether it's meditation, yoga, some weight training or band training would be nice. I think resistance training overall is your best thing you can do. And it doesn't have to be craziness, you know. I exercise twice a day, 4 times a week. And the others, I just, you know, maybe just some stretching and cardio. But I'm excessive, but that's just me. But you can be very, very healthy with 20 minutes of exercise, and I would call a reasonable eating. And I think you can get your weight wherever you want. I don't believe in Ozempics or any of that stuff. Every now and then, especially on the women's side, they might have some hormonal problems. That goes, it's a whole different area here with the menopause and all that. Or autoimmune disease, very common. Those type of things will really play havoc on you, and very hard to get your weight down too. In fact, it's very difficult. But if you're just a reasonable eating, have a little bit of self-control, especially after dinner. A lot of people, they're full and they got this sweet tooth coming on. I'm guilty of it.
I am too.
Maybe a handful of nuts, because sometimes your body's either craving fat or sweets, and only way you'll tell if you feed it a little bit. And I try to, you know, that type of, you know, Trader Joe's or something. You know, I do business with them, but they're a great company and they have great products, and their quality control is fantastic. And you get some nice mixed nuts there. I mix them up, a bunch of stuff, and I peck away at it, a little handful here and there. But everybody needs a little exercise, and you got to hang on to that bone mass and that muscle when you get older.
And I'm with you. It's not just discipline; it's also about consistency. So, you know, don't be disciplined for just a week.
No. It's got to be a lifestyle.
Yeah, and start something that you can actually stick with. You know, don't be unrealistic that you're gonna
absolutely.
You know, you're gonna work out an hour a day, 7 days a week, which probably isn't good.
I don't think you need that. I mean,
Right.
Even the top flight bodybuilders I'm around all the time. I mean, about 40 minutes will cover any hard workout you want. And I'm not talking stretching or maybe a little ab work or whatever. 40 minutes. I mean, you can really bang it out if you're not messing around. And I've been around this forever and ever in the bodybuilding world, especially. And I've been around a lot of great athletes, professional athletes, and overtraining is the worst thing you can do. And it'll really catch up with you. If you start young, it'll catch up with you probably in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, and you'll really start getting injuries from overtraining, from inflammation. There's another one we haven't talked. This inflammation is a son of a gun, man.
Well, inflammation is the root of most all disease.
Inflammation is a real bad deal, and that'll come from over-exercising and not getting enough rest. Everything is on the feed and the bill, the feed and the rest. That's the game. You can teach a monkey to lift weights.
Right. We talk about that all the time, is that you don't actually get stronger when you exercise. You get stronger from eating after exercise and when you recover and sleep. That's when you actually get stronger, when your body repairs.
Well, especially for men over 50, I have a thing, and I'm going to touch on something maybe not everybody goes for. I call it the 4 legs of the table. We just eating, resting, training, and for men, testosterone. You hit a certain age, just replacement amount is fantastic. Nothing just like 100 milligrams a week. A doctor, you go get your blood check. Most men are low on testosterone, even the women. I don't know if you know anything about bioidentical hormones or any of that stuff.
That's what we specialize in. Our pharmacy specializes in hormones only.
That's been around a long time.
Yeah.
That's been and there's other things we have, even, BCP 157, peptides, and another little area that's very advanced. And I think for the females, you get those hormones in line, critical. Well,
and let's not forget about testosterone for women also.
That goes with it too. Just a small amount, probably 2-3 milligrams a day in a sap.
Yeah. And testosterone helps for bone density. It helps for brain health, cardiovascular health. Obviously, to maintain lean body mass. If you want to stay healthy as you age, you'll have an optimal.
You go the way your hormones go, man. They go south, you going with it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, we help thousands of people optimize their hormones.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people make a mistake. They start and go off and on. No. Once you start, just stay on it. Try to give your injection the same time whenever whatever, once a week, whatever you do. Everything, even when you eat, should be somewhat in the same time frame. Your back, everything will start falling in line. Once you start doing, your body will just pick it up. It
Well, our
doesn't.
body is that way too. It's dynamic. It has cycles, but we don't go to extremes, right? Our body's trying to be very consistent. So I think you touched on a big point. It's doing the same things over and over again, really get you a bang for, everything that you're doing, because we're not really supposed to have huge extremes. I mean, I'm not saying that we shouldn't stress our body to a certain extent, but I think you touch on something that, if people are realistic and just have a pattern or a um, just a consistency in their life, that things fall together.
I agree. What works for me, for me, if I get up early, like my dear friend Arnold say, you can't get nothing done if you get up after 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I think if you can knock out what you want, especially the exercise, because it's being a mom and whatever, something always coming up.
Right.
You have your date. I'm going to do this. Here it comes, and there goes. The easiest one to put out the door is your exercise. Forget it, because you're going to eat no matter what. So if you can get that at a real regular time where you're not interfered no matter what, you just get that out of your way. That I think early in the morning is a good shot. And if most women, like they said, they get the kids off to school and this and that, and they could just get up a little bit earlier, maybe to have a little time to themselves. They can, maybe whatever they enjoy.
It's a lot harder to say no to the exercise once you do it first thing in the morning. And
Right.
I argue or I debate or challenge anyone. Have you ever gotten up early in the morning to exercise and afterwards you regretted it? No.
Unless I injured myself, no.
Yeah, right. I mean, the answer is no. And we love our sleep, but when we get up in the morning,
it's like, and even if you don't have to be out like a light. Even if you can get a nap and maybe only 7 hours is okay. And you're not tired when you get up in the morning, especially if you're sore or you had a hard workout. Don't go at it again. That's how you get the inflammation, and that'll give you the injuries like crazy.
Yeah, recovery is so important.
I think the supplementation is great too. It's like an insurance policy. I just had a physical, and everything's pretty darn good. My PSA is low. Everything's low. I'm pretty happy.
What about DHEA? What do you know about DHEA?
We sell it in here, and I manufacture it in here. It's just, I don't know really that much about it, to be honest with you. I'm in the supplement business, and I hate to say not everything works for everybody, and not everything is good for everybody. I know any kind of protein powder is for weight control, appetite control, calorie control, whether it's pea protein or whey protein. That's the way to go. I think that's effective. There's certain things for disease specific. There's a lot of stuff they have that will work. That's good, but not everything.
We like to recommend DHEA. DHEA is an adrenal hormone mostly to help us respond to stress, but it's good for brain health, for bone health, or what else, Janet?
Well, one of the things that I talk about people with DHEA that we've observed is that people that have low DHEA are usually not aging well, especially with their brain health and their conversion of hormones, just because it's made from our adrenal glands. So they have stress in their life. So that's something I think that's important if somebody is low in DHEA, is that they address the stress and support their adrenal glands. And that can come down to, like you said, exercise, eating right, sleeping right, and doing the right nutrients.
I think the problem with the DHEA, it's a fat soluble, not so much a water soluble. Might be a little better as a water, and it's not. It's a fat soluble.
Well, most all sex hormones are. Testosterone is, DHEA is, estradiol is. Not necessarily bad. It's just how you deliver them is.
It's still basic going down. You got, all this is all good. What the word means is supplement, and that's what it is. And I'm in this business.
Yeah.
Right.
I have 100 employees that work for me here. And, not everything is that great, but I think a few things are really excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Really
well,
good.
And that's what Janet and I say. We own a pharmacy and we sell supplements, but we tell people just that They are to supplement a good lifestyle already.
Are you-
You can't supplement your way out of a bad lifestyle.
You're not bringing our brand. And actually, we're selling thousands of stores. Even with this economy the way it is, we're probably only 10 or 15 new accounts. Independent pharmacists. The problem with what's happening with a lot of the pharmacies and the independent health food stores, due to Amazon, the guy that come in with that phone, and you're getting that stuff from what McKesson or Brunswick or one of the distributors, your stuff. Probably NYB, Nature's Bounty. Nature's Bounty is sold for a fraction of what you sell it for. With us, we have what's called a MAP policy. You can sell our products, our specialty items, and make money selling at Amazon's price at a real good margin. But it's not going to go through one of the distributors. You buy direct.
Right.
We sell a lot of pharmacies.
Yeah, the retail market is very difficult now when you're competing with Amazon. That is for sure.
It doesn't have to be if you're careful who you deal with.
That's right. I agree. I mean, we
most of the big companies are all. I mean, I mentioned Nature's. These are all good companies. Don't get me wrong, but they're hammering you on the back end at Amazon. This stuff that you're paying as much for as they're selling it for. So we've come to a thing where our business is really growing at retail because of our policies to let the independent pharmacies to make a good money and not get hammered when the guy comes in with the phone and you want to give him the price so you'll only make 50% instead of 65%.
Right.
And I know you don't make that on your lines. But,
so looks like we're about wrapping up here, Ron. As we wrap this podcast up, tell us what you have a passion for.
Just for life in general. I'm going on a fishing trip. I like to fish. Going on a boat for 10 days, and we'll probably travel 500 miles before we fish. And with about 20 guys, 100-foot boat, and I do that a few times a year. And just I like the discipline of life. That's what turns me on.
That's very motivating and inspirational. So
let me tell you where you can buy our products. So they make some money on you here now. Come on.
Yeah, right. So what is
Amazon, your Amazon? Almost any independent retailer, Sprouts. We have 2 free items in Trader Joe's under a private label. They do a tremendous amount of business. Almost any all independent retailers. Amazon, obviously, Walmart, obviously, and we're really the independent guys is really the bread and butter of our business. Still, it's and keeping them in business is very important to me. That's how I started with the small guys, and they've been very good. And we've struggled to keep them relevant in this business. And I encourage any independent pharmacies, independent health food stores to reach out to us because they can have be protected and make a good profit and sell a real quality product direct from a manufacturer.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate what you're doing, Ron, and you're inspirational. Thanks for sharing your age and your secrets to aging. So we really appreciate you being on our podcast today.
It was my pleasure. You guys look like you take good care of yourself and everything. That's the game. It's fun.
Yeah, we try. That is for sure.
Nothing feels better, and people, you get a nice dress, even if you buy it at Walmart. If you're in good shape, you can look good in it.
That's true. That's true.
Very true.
I mean,
yeah.
With guys, with women, it's my thing. It's the handbags and the jewelry. The guys, the cars. With me, it's looking good and feeling good.
That's those cars
pay off.
Right, those cars and jewelry don't make you look good if you're fat and out of shape. I'm just going to say.
Don't make me feel good.
Right, exactly.
I'm not
into it. Well, Ron, you've helped us realize our goal, which is to educate and empower individuals to take charge of their own health. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much. It was fun. I hope I can do it again with you guys. Take care of yourself.
All right. And listeners and viewers, thank you for tuning in to Health Solutions with Shawn and Janet Needham. Tune in Monday to our regularly scheduled podcast, 12:30 to 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. Thank you.